franchise, year 2, the off-season, part 2 of the draft. So, we have a little bit more scouting to do. Just a little bit more scouting. Come on. There we go. And I'm in. So, this draft for offensive line isn't great at all. There's key positions that are great, but other than that, I'm not seeing a lot of really good players. The only one so far is Cameron Chiaverini right here. He's the only one so far that's pretty decent. And then Alan Daly, really great run blocker. You know, he might be a potential right tackle, backup right tackle. Who knows? But, and then we got Trotter, who looks good, but that run block is just too ugly to deal with. Hello and welcome to my New York Jets sim franchise. This is the off season. We're going to be drafting our players here, just scouting the last of our points on these guys. So, A minus, B plus. Alright. I see you. This guy, Malcolm Springs. Whiteside. I don't see anything Whiteside of him. Alright. You're looking okay. Alright. Got a couple good looks there. Third round pick, Betts. He was a third rounder, I believe. Now he's just a first. And who was that guy's name? Gant Hanna. I thought I said Gant Hannon again. I'm like, there should be not another Gant Hannon. So we got Emmanuel Kelly, Antonio King. I like some of these players, but I know I'm not going to be getting any of them really much. I'm potentially going to be trading down for next year picks. This draft ain't really that great. It's pretty decent, just not great. I don't know why I backed out. And this kid, Evan Trammell, looks great. He's a great player. He's okay. Now I got my eye on him. Not a big fan of 24-year-olds, but you know what? I will scout them. I'll have to scout them. You know what? That's fine. We can get Jeffrey Gear. I'll be fine with that as well. I'm just not fond of 25-year-olds. I mean 24-year-olds, you know. But we got this guy, McLeod, but his pass block sucks. And his strength sucks, actually. Let's see. Oh, wow. Oh, that's a prototype. But there's that 7-3. I'll keep my eye on him. That's about it there. Wait, hold on a second. 7-7. Shucks. Oh, some kickers. Oh, look, McFarlane. I might get McFarlane. I do need a kicker, though. Jordan Gay's okay, but not the best. But if I can get Lyndon Chase, I mean, we got Barry Gabriel, but we need competition. Gunter's actually looking better now. He's looking pretty good. Even Gunter would be a great player to compete with. Bragg, he would be okay. You know. And then we got Fortin, who's Combine Warrior. And then that's about it, I think. 4-7, 4-7-1. Huh. Cool name. But mobile. Huh. Alright. Jesus Valles. I got 2 more guys to scout. Alright. Last one. Wakefield. Oh, dang. Ooh, boy. Now, I don't know his last 2 traits. But I'm keeping an eye on this kid. I feel like I should swoop him up. If you get it? Get it? Okay. Anyways. I think we scouted just enough. Before we go draft, I feel like it's time to do our thing later. Draft time! Let's get this draft started in here. Let's get this draft started in here, so take off all your clothes. I'm kidding, don't take off your clothes. Alright. Let's see the recap. Let's see these signings. Drew Brees goes to the Chargers. Ferdowitz goes to the Browns. Meredith goes to the Chiefs. Rodgers, Texans. Jackson to the Titans. Williamson to the Dolphins. Peterson to Inua going to the Bengals, to an AFC rival. So that's kind of concerning to think about there. Burnett going there for 3-year contract. That's not good. Ware going replacing him. Stewart. So Woodyard going to Baltimore. Mason going to Baltimore. Lee going to San Fran. McKinnon's going back to the Vikings to replace AP. Green going to Panthers. Whitlock going to the Seahawks. Moncrief, 49ers. Bortles going to the Ravens. Shocker there. Oliver going to KC. Taylor's going back to Browns. Cockrell's going to the Titans. Hagman to there. Kinds again with Moore. Shields with them. Whitehead, Williams. Long going to San Fran. So San Fran and all these guys are making good moves. Micah Hyde is going to the Seahawks. Shed's going down to the Browns. Roby Bengals. Pierre Lewis going there. Huh. Mitchell going there, of course. Dozer. So Dozer goes with the Seahawks. Brent going to the Seahawks. I didn't see Brent. Or did I? I just said no to him. Fox going to the Seahawks. McKinney. Where were these guys? I know knew him, but Alright, that's about it there. So now we start the NFL draft. And who got the first pick? I forget. Let's look.
The Ravens are now on the clock.
So Ravens are number 1 pick in the draft. Alright. Well, let's see here. Who goes number 1 overall? And the number 1 overall pick goes to...
The Giants are now on the clock.
Okay. That just makes total sense, right? That makes so much sense. Let's look at them. Let's see here. We got Joe Flacco under a big-ass contract that is technically screwing us. And let's screw ourselves a little bit more by getting Bortles. Hold on, wait. We can make ourselves more bad. Let's get a quarterback, the first overall in the draft. Man, he's not going to see any time on the field anytime soon. I think in this game, they just take players, they just take them like quarterbacks. They just take quarterbacks in this game, and they don't use them. They don't at all. It's pretty sad to think about it, man. Oh, excuse me. Anyways, the Giants select
The Cardinals are now
Trotter.
on the clock.
Let's see here. I don't even have my remote on me, do I? No. Alright. Arizona Cardinals select...
All right, now that the pick's in, let's
Richmond.
go to Adam. Adam, what can you tell us about this guy?
He's a Heisman-winning defender. Let me say that one more time. He won the Heisman, and he's a defensive player. Need I say more? You can imagine how well he played this season to win the biggest award in college over several offensive playmakers. The trophy was well-deserved, and according to Matt Miller, he projects really well as a defender in the NFL. I think this is a home run pick, and it's great to see a defender get some well-deserved recognition.
Alright. So I think they kind of needed Richmond there. So good for them, I guess. Let's see, the Bengals select
The Raiders are now on the clock.
Tank Batch. Alright. Raiders select.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
There goes Massey.
The Falcons are now on the clock.
Alright, Vance goes to the Eagles, so they got themselves possibly a good corner.
The Panthers are now on the clock.
Pennington, that's a bust. I feel like that's a bust pick. So the Falcons, and now the Carolina Panthers select
The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
Levine. Okay, I knew. That's weird. I was gonna choose possibly Levine. Tampa Bay.
The Jets are now on the clock.
They take Springs. Now let's look at our trade options. So we get a first rounder for next. So technically they're saying we can trade out of the first. Let's get their second round pick, but I do not trust that. Oh yes, sir. Sure. Thing is though, I don't want to go that down the draft. I want to at least get to like number 20 this year, you know? I don't want to take the top 10 pick. Let's see. First rounder, third and fifth. A first next year, a third this year, and a fourth this year. Which they're technically the number 2 pick, I believe. So we can get the number 2 pick in the third and fourth round. But we'll be trading out of the first. Dallas, I mean, there's a 24th pick. But that's next year. The Indianapolis Colts. I don't know. I don't really trust that. Oh, that second round they have right there, that's for next year, though. I don't know, man. Let's look at the players. I mean, I don't think those options were pretty good. So, there's Willie here. Willie. There's Bradshaw, who looks pretty decent. Gear. Now, here's the thing. I like Gear, but he's already 24 years old. He's already a 24-year-old. Oh, there's Monty. I feel like taking Monty right here might be it. You can always trade back up in the first. And right now, we're in jeopardy with Richardson leaving us. And we need somebody to take over. And corners, he's a good corner, but I don't need a corner this year. I mean, safeties, yeah, I need a safety really much, but we got competition. Lavelle, he looks good, but he's a late first. And I don't really trust those other blocking stats. Higgins. The only player so far I'm liking is Monty. Monty's like the only player so far I like. Oh man. Gear or Monty? See, Gear's 24. Monty is 23. We do need an offensive line really bad. I don't know. Give me a second to think about this. So, Gear. I'll make up Gear 23 like I did with just like I did with Hujmanzada. I just don't know. Do I trust getting Gear right here? Because I like to get a lineman. Because if you look, alright, so we got Gear. That's looking great. Lavelle, Kitchens, he looks great-ish, but not as good. There's Jordan Talley, but his strength ain't great. Bautista, he looks good, but he's a guard, so he wouldn't work out. Same with Dwyer. There's a lot of these guys, man, I just don't know. And then at right tackle, I mean, Chavini right here. Chinnaberry. That's what I meant, Chinnaberry. Oh boy, this is a tough one. Chinnaberry would be good to move at left tackle. But Gear is the more guaranteed player. Oh man, having a tough decision. Offensive line or defensive line? And like I said, I mean, yeah, if not Monty, then we get Parnell. Who looked like much of a steal, though. That's the thing. Parnell looks like a steal. B plus tackle, I mean, power moves. Monty has the power moves though, but no hit power. I need offensive line, but I don't know if I should get gear. Flip. I feel like next year's picks might be good. You know what? I'm gonna trade away my first, but I have a plan. I have a plan trading back up here. So, alright, so see, this pick doesn't look too bad from the Colts. What are the Colts projected as anyways? They were projected number, let's see, Colts at the moment are 22. I can get a first and second from Chicago. First this year, but no. Washington Redskins, but they were doing well. New York Jets, third and a fourth rounder this year. I might have to take New York. I might have to go New York Jets here. I mean, Giants. I'm the Jets. I might go Giants. I'm going New York Giants.
Well, if you're wondering what the delay is, I think we've got a trade coming here.
All right.
The Broncos.
All right, they
now on
take
the clock.
gear. That's fine.
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Texans are
They
now
take
on the
Monty. All right, whatever.
clock. The 49ers are now on the clock.
Now that the Texans have made their pick, let's go
Oh,
to Adam Schefter
okay.
to hear more.
A veritable interception machine, he holds his college's single-game record for interceptions in a game, snagging 3. Scouts pointed to an almost sixth sense when the ball was in the air, and Matt Miller had him ranked as the top defensive back in the draft in his final mock. True lockdown defensive backs are few and far between, and this is a pick that should solidify this team's pass defense for years to come. It'll be very interesting to see if opposing offenses go right after him, and how if he shows any rust after being avoided for much of his final year in college.
Bradshaw's looking pretty good though. Let's see.
The Titans are now on
All right,
the
Willie Willie goes to the San Francisco 49ers.
clock. The Chargers are now
All
on
right,
the
there goes
clock.
Bradshaw to the Titans.
All right, let's go to Adam Schefter, who's got more
All
on
right.
this pick.
One thing that kept coming up from GMs whenever this guy's name is mentioned was his clutch factor. Throughout his college career, he managed to win big games and flat outplay some big names at the same position in the process. It's almost as if the more challenging the situation, the more he elevates his game, a trait that will serve him well in the NFL. According to my sources, this X factor, coupled with his power arm, had several organizations pinning him as a surefire franchise quarterback. Looks like this team has gotten its man.
All right, Johnny Collins is still there. I like Johnny Collins. Remember, there's still a lot of decent picks, but they're far few between at the moment. McMullen, he's a little slow. He has great zone coverage, but it's slow. That's the thing.
The Lions are now on the
There
clock.
goes Cheney.
The Bears are now on the clock.
Pakinga.
The Cowboys are now
There
on
goes
the clock.
Collins.
The Bills are now on the clock.
There goes Lavelle.
The Colts are now on the clock.
Marby.
The Saints are now on the clock.
Didrick.
The Rams are now on the clock.
Heron.
Adam, what can you tell us about that last pick?
If anyone should get a trophy for how to train in preparation for the draft, it has to be this kid. A lot of second-year guys will bulk up in the offseason to better protect their bodies from the intense physical demands of the NFL. It was smart of him and the trainers to get a head start on the rest of the class in that area. And from what I've been told, he hasn't lost a step. Now, when you look at him, you see a player that can contribute in week 1. He's more conditioned than most of his fellow classmates, and that's going to help him hit the ground running once the season kicks off.
There's Higgins. But our outside linebackers are pretty fine as it is already. We need defensive line, not an edge rusher at the moment. That's...
The Packers are now on the clock.
That was a bad pick from the Steelers.
The Vikings are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock.
Alright, that's good for them.
Our very own Adam Schefter has
There
more
goes
to say
Higgins.
about this pick.
He entered the season drawing comparisons to some of the most feared defensive linemen in NFL history. After a mid-season disappearing act that saw him record just 2 tackles in 5 games, many scouts were left shaking their heads in disbelief. Even with the growing concern over his lack of production, there were some GMs who felt his poor stat lines were a direct result of the increased focus he began receiving as a result of his hot start. One pointed specifically to reports of offensive coordinators fashioning entire game plans around avoiding him, knowing that his fellow linemen were incapable of picking up his mantle. He'll now have a chance to prove believers right, as he's expected to see significant playing time in the preseason with a line far superior to the one he had in college.
Lewis Gilliam here. Lewis Gilliam looks pretty decent. And he was supposed to go early first rounder. And right now we're in the late first. And I feel like someone's going to take him. But do we not really need him though? That's the thing. I mean, we do need competition. Don't get it wrong. We do need competition at free safety. I mean, Alexis would be fitting pretty well at free safety competition, but he's an 86 speed, so he wouldn't be playing free safety. Christie, I mean, he's good, but I'm planning on using that as a trade option. And Kennard, he was 24, but the other player is 21. And I can actually work with somebody who's already 21 and possibly has superstar talent. So, and we do need a new safety. We do need safety. We do need D-line. We need offensive line. Forgot we got Devin Kirkland here. Holy crap, he got a lot of XP. I didn't notice the man had this much XP, man. Oh, that's why. I can't even afford... Stamina doesn't work with him. Hey, whatevs. Trade option. I mean, Carpenter's good left tackle for this year, maybe. But, I mean, I do need a free safety. And I think the Patriots might take him. At this point, let's look. I don't know. Maybe he's a bust. But let's see. They have McCourty, so they won't take him. They do need a safety to replace Harmon, though. I feel like we need their first. And I can trade my second round pick. All right. How bad of an outside linebacker they need? I think they picked up Kevin Pierre-Louis, yeah. So I don't think they need one. Quarterback. Garoppolo, Brissett. Wide receivers. They do need wide receivers. And I think I have a wide receiver for them they can take. Okay, they're really interested in that. Nope. I can wait next pick.
The Redskins
All
are
right.
now on the clock.
Now I think Redskins might go for him. Let's see, Redskins. Oh, I think so. Redskins. Ooh, so close.
I see both teams
There we
filling
go.
out cards. You know what that means? We've got a trade.
That's better. Get rid of a safety. We get a safety.
The Browns are now on the clock.
Alright, that's fine. We actually got him where he was ranked. So, that's good. I mean, he's a good player. He just need to work with his tackling. He has some man coverage to him, too. Now, that's something to think about. if he has some man coverage we can work with, he might be a cornerback. That's something to look at here soon.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
Brookins.
The Ravens are now on the clock.
Bracket.
The Eagles are now on the clock. The Steelers are now
Oh,
on the
Leaker Eaker goes to the Eagles. Okay.
clock. The Vikings
Leaker
are now on the
Eaker. Rutland.
All right, team is now off the
Tiffin.
clock. Adam Schefter, can you tell us about their newest player?
The end of his season was riddled with injuries, and that carried through until he suffered a sprain that took him out of the All-Star game in the Combine. The lack of new information on him slowly made him fall toward the back of his position's class. But his stock didn't take a total nosedive, as his name has just been called. He needs to relax now and fully heal up, which I'm sure the team trainers will enforce as well.
Alright, next pick.
The Browns are now on the clock.
Alright. Browns again.
The Lions are now on the clock.
Alright, they take 2 corners. I don't get it.
The Panthers are now on the clock.
Another corner.
The Panthers pick is in. Adam, did Cam Newton get some help?
He's a
Crap.
tight end who
I
didn't
forgot
see a lot of
about
action in
Boyer.
college. And based on his performance at his pro day, it's clear why. As Matt Miller put it, he's not good enough to be either a blocker or a receiver.
I forgot Boyer.
And if
Damn
that's
it.
true, then we'll
That's
see
okay.
how the coaches decide to use him through training camp and
We got
preseason.
Warlids. And actually we got Gold, but he ain't no Boyer. But Gold looks like, and plus, you know, I'm not gonna hate on that actually, because they needed a tight end since Greg Olsen retired, so it makes sense.
The Redskins are now on the
That
clock.
makes sense.
The Broncos are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock.
Right side.
The 49ers are now on the clock.
Kennedy.
The Jaguars are now on the
Gooch.
clock.
Pick's been made. Let's go to Adam Schefter.
Oh,
to
they
get more
take
on-
Landon
You
Chase.
expect big guys to put up big numbers
That's
on the bench
alright.
at the Combine, but that just
Damn
didn't
it.
happen for him. In fact, there were a few small guys out there that
Ooh.
put up more reps than he could. According to Matt Miller, you could tell he was really struggling around the 8th rep, and he barely made it over 10 before giving up. It was a shameful display for a guy his size surrounded by his peers, but it didn't keep him from getting drafted. He's going to need a good off-season of endurance training, but it looks like the team saw something in him that they like to pick him up.
Alright, so we got damn, this sucks. We picked up Khalil Mack, and we see a guy just like Khalil Mack, like Gilbert McKinnon here. Alright, let's see. We need O-line. And I don't see any O-line for me right now. No O-line help whatsoever. I feel like I have to trade down. It's time to trade down. Wish my dog could stop barking. Alright, let's see here. Okay, I see this. All these next year picks look good. The Saints. Interesting. 3rd rounder. Second rounder and another 2nd rounder for next year. That's ridiculous. Carolina. Dallas. No, I'm not going to be swapping picks like that if I'm not going to get anything out of it. Shoot. Don't know. Denver looks like an okay pick. A 2nd and a 3rd rounder. A 5th rounder. Dude, I think this is the year where we have to start, like, next year to start picking up some draft picks. Now, it's between these two. Now, I got a ton of 3rd rounds, I think. I got a couple 3rd rounders. I have several 4th rounders. Because if we look at what I got, if you look what we got here, We got a second, 2/3, 3/4, a fifth, 2/6, and a seventh. That's pretty good. But I have a lot of plans for the later round guys. Gosh, I just wish my dog could shut up. Alright, let's see here. Now, there's this. Kirkus. Now, Kirkus looks okay. I'm not too sure. He has a really great combine. He has a pretty good combine. We can work with him. He would be considered a guard, though, if we ever move him. And he's 21. I don't know. Maybe he might be a really good player. Who knows? Same like Bautista here. 6th round pick, of course. But I feel like I need to trade down. I can get future picks next year. Now it's Denver or New Orleans. Panthers are a little or whatever. So their team right now on the Saints side of things. They do not have their franchise quarterback whatsoever. I don't know. I think they're not going to do that well. They're not going to do that well. Von Bill, Carson. I like Solane Carson, dude. He was pretty good. I was liking him a lot. But it's okay. We got a new safety to compete with. So, it looks like we're going to have to trade down. And I might be fine with that, to be honest. What in real life, my friend? In real life? What do you mean in real life? I'm talking about my dog? Yeah, my dog's barking, yeah. Gunter's available, but not worth in the second round for me. Cujo's down here. Let's see. I mean, Hobbert, but I already have plans for some of my other guys, and no, I didn't say it in real life, friend. No. No, man. I'm not saying it in real life. I'm talking about in the game. What I'm saying about, like, the Saints or any team right now is only in the game. Because what I'm saying, the Saints might not do good because, one, look at this. I mean, they're offering that much. We got Carolina, we got Denver. This is what I'm talking about. Like, talking about, like, future picks, because now they don't have Drew Brees. Drew Brees went back to the San Diego Chargers. So now, that's why I'm saying they're not going to be good. And the Saints are offering me so many picks. That's a little concern. That's too many picks. Carolina, they're the 22nd pick right now. Atlanta's the 21st. I want future round picks. Because I feel like maybe next year might have better things in store for me. Denver, I mean, 2nd, a 3rd, and a 5th. So, 2nd, a 3rd for next year, and a 5th rounder this year. Sounds about right for me. And I don't think Denver did really well, to be honest. They did, let's see, they're... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. So they're the 11th pick this year. You know, I'm going to try to trade away to Denver.
Well, wait, looks like both war rooms are feverishly back on the phones. I think that means a trade is coming.
I have the 66 pick, so I'll be fine for now.
The Jaguars are now on the clock.
They take
The
Heat.
Lions are now on
Alfalfa.
the Bears are now on
There
the
goes
clock.
Sims.
The Cowboys are now on the clock.
Battles.
The Bills are now on the clock.
Seahawks pick is in. Adam,
Oh, wow.
give us the latest information on this guy.
Here's a kid who caused quite a stir earlier this year when he came out criticizing off-season work would be doing more harm than good to their body and preferring low-impact workouts such as yoga and Tai Chi to explosive Olympic lifting. The key concern from numerous teams was how this attitude would translate to his work ethic once he joined the team, with many worried that this may lead to issues in the locker room. The fact that his draft stock dropped in several mocks after these comments does not diminish the potential upside of bringing him onto your team. He's a gifted athlete who demonstrated tremendous leadership in college. Expect the strength and conditioning coaches to meet with him right away and talk training philosophy to head off any potential issues before they begin.
That was great. Seattle traded up for. I think Kirkus is a really good player.
The Bears are now on the
I was
clock.
actually planning on getting him later, but
The Rams are now on
he
the
was
clock.
gonna go right before me.
The
So
Steelers are now on the clock.
Now the Kelly's off the board, Adam. What do you
Oh,
have
wow.
on him?
He was always a physical player, and all the tests confirmed it, but what scouts saw at the All-Star game was poor technique. It looked to me like he was playing a little too aggressive, and it worked against him. I spoke with one coach who seemed to like him, but also said he needed to be taught how to tackle properly. He had a lot of success on physical play alone in college, but that won't work anymore in the NFL.
that's it. All right, I guess that's it. So I think they got a good player in Kelly. So good for them.
The Vikings are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock.
Oh boy.
The Patriots are now on the clock.
Oh, there goes Robisky. All right, we're close to our pick.
The Cowboys are now on
Oh,
the clock.
Fraggle goes to the Patriots. They're not going to talk about his draft story. So Fraggle had a draft story. He was, let's just say, a really good explosive runner. So
The Chargers are now on the clock.
let's see.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Okay.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Okay.
The Vikings just made their pick.
Oh,
Adam,
thank
what can you
God.
tell us about him?
A college All-Star Game MVP trophy capped off an illustrious career for him. The performance was especially sweet, as many critics had criticized him for not performing well against top-tier defenses while in college. Breaking the 100-yard barrier and scoring twice against the top players in the country had critics changing their tune. He's now going to be expected to get the ball 20 to 30 times a game against some elite NFL defenses. It will be a steep learning curve for him, but sources tell me several GMs feel he's up to the challenge.
All right. So we picked up Khalil Mack in free agency. But now looking at this, I kind of regret taking Khalil Mack. I'm only saying this because Gilbert McKinnon reminds me of a lot of Khalil Mack. Man, that sucks. I was actually, maybe we can maybe move Gilbert McKinnon to middle. I'm not too sure. Not too sure. Who should we take? Oh, all right. Who should we take? Garrett Gold? We can get. I mean, he has a lot of good strength, not whatsoever. We can get Gunter to take over the backup position and possibly start later on. Who knows? But it's Gunter. Who else? Hey, there's Swoop. Swoopy dee swoop. Huh. I feel like Chavini is kind of worth it. Let's see. Is he the only player? No, he has Jaeger, whatever, ahead of him. He's not good. So Wells down there. I feel like we should take the move. At worst, McKinnon can be moved to middle. He can be at least moved to middle. Because you now got Khalil Mack. We got, because with Mack here, man, his cap hit's gonna be hurting us later on. So that's pretty cringeworthy. I don't like Darren Lee that much anymore. Bentley's supposed to come back. Ragland we traded for. And Letcher's starting to become into his own. There's Darby. I mean, there could be other players, though, that can get the opportunity. And we do need offensive line. So what I'm going to do, we do need a left guard. So what I'm going to do here is take, I don't know, I feel like it's a bad idea. We got to pick there as well. Comes the worst, I can trade him away. We just need competition, I guess. Let's get McKinnon.
Now that the Jets have made their pick, let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about him.
He's a linebacker who has a bit of speed, but when it comes to quickly changing directions, he
Wow.
can struggle at times. During the drop back drills, it looked as if his first step or two when changing directions took longer than most NFL coaches prefer.
All right.
He showed enough at the combine for scouts to feel good about his run stopping ability, but his inability to change direction may make him a weak link on the inside during passing plays. I'm sure the team will be finding ways to rotate him in and out of the game until he becomes less of a liability on long distance downs.
Alright, so next year. Alright.
The Vikings are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock.
There's gold.
The Panthers are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock.
Oh! Good job, Sam, for trading up for Gunter. That's a good idea for the Saints. So I think Gunter's going to do great. I think he's a steal in this third round. Now, I want to see our trade-away options. Second next year and a fifth next year. Second, a third, and a fifth? That's too much. A second next year. A second and a fifth next year. A second and a seventh. Maybe the Vikings we can trade with. I'm not trading with New Orleans. They already traded their picks away to get Gunter. So LA, I have enough fourth rounders. I need future round picks. Another 7th round pick this year sounds nice. And I can get their second for next year. 39, 44. Who looks more like they're not going to go to a Super Bowl? Or at least the playoffs. So it might be the Giants. Let's see. Oh yeah, possibly Giants. Vikings. So there's Giants. And I think the Giants are more of a team to not win. So I'm going to trade away to the Giants. Because I have an idea to do.
Hold on now. This pick is trading teams.
The Broncos are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock.
Alright, there was that player, though. The right tackle. I still need Cameron Chavini. I still need Chavini on my team. Whenever I can, I need him. So here soon, I'm thinking about getting Cujo as one of our running backs. Quarterbacks are later. I don't have to worry about. Swoop. Sewell, Parnell. I still need to get Parnell here next round. That's when the 4th round picks come into play.
The 49ers are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock.
Come on, Saints.
The Chargers are now on the clock.
That was on 4.
The Jaguars are now on the clock.
Smoot.
The Lions are now on the clock.
See here.
The Bears are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock.
Alright, how's defensive ends looking like so far for us? Parnell's a 2nd round. Okay.
The Raiders are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
There goes Benoit.
The Bills are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock.
Ooh. Sewell's still there. Parnell's right there. And I can take Parnell right now. I just need a trade. Just need a trade, my friend. No, not their 4th rounder. Third round. And see, you already got outside linebacker already. So, cornerback? I can try to give him corner. If corner is what they want, corner is what they're gonna get. Even though we've been working with Spearman, I can try to give him to them. And my my 4th round pick. There.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a trade.
There we go. I'm just don't want. I want to secure him. Just want to secure the guys. Oh yeah. Ah.
The Packers are now on the clock.
Whatever. Well, he's still a good player. Needs power moves. He's actually a pretty not a bad player at all. Just needs some work.
The Vikings are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
Wait, my right tackle. Oh no. Don't you dare. I can still trade. Oh, who's the guys right now? Tampa Bay, of course. It has to be Tampa Bay.
How come nobody's at the podium?
There we go.
That's because both teams are right now working on a trade.
Nice. Now I can secure him. I can secure him now. Very Alan Daly though is good as well. Impact.
The Browns are now on the clock.
Yes. Okay, you know what? He's gonna become a guard. He's gonna become our new left guard. Welcome, Cameron Chiaverini, to the Jets. Yes, we got him, guys. We at least got him.
The Vikings are now on the
I was
clock.
afraid that
The
someone.
Ravens are now on the
I'm
clock.
afraid someone's
The
gonna take him.
Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock.
McManus.
The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock.
I know I was picks away,
The
but
Eagles are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the
I just
clock.
do not
The Lions
want my
are
guys
now
to
on
get
the clock.
taken.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
Now, it's time to look at the guys we watched. Coakley? Not really interested. But I am interested, though, of taking Tally and Cujo. Definitely Cujo, though. I need Cujo. Maybe Daly as well for tackle position. See, our pick is further down, so we might not be able to get him.
The Steelers are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks for us, man. I was actually wanting that offensive lineman, too. 5th round pick? 22 reps, though. I can't take that. I just can't take a guy just like that, you know? I'd rather get Bautista, to be honest. Pass block and run block is already solidified. But I can work with it. Right tackle. You know what? We're gonna do this, I think. Russell Sewell's right there at our fingertips. And he's just sitting there like a... And then we have Singletary. But, you know, let's see here. Let's look at our options, though. Because we are just been trading away, and it doesn't look like we're going to get anything out of it. So, let's just stick to what we got. And we get ourselves...
The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
Good. We got a steal. We got Russell Sewell, who I knew and I knew he was a somewhat of a quick developer, really good superstar. Alright. He will do great for us.
The Bills are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock.
Now, I need to look at something. Running backs. Okay, we're still okay. JT Cujo is right there.
The Rams are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock.
Now the Kelly's off the board, Adam. What do you have on him?
He's
Really?
always been known as a smart runner, and if you just look at what he did at the All-Star game, you'd see why he gets that recognition. Every time he was handed the ball, there was no indecisiveness as he attacked the gap and didn't waste time reading the blocks. And when the line failed to open up anything, he still found ways to get a few yards. As Matt Miller put it, he may not be the strongest or fastest, but his vision more than makes up for any deficiency. He could very well become an every down back, which is exactly what this team could use.
He's a fullback, so I don't think that's not going to work. So,
The Giants are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock.
oh boy.
The Bears are now on the clock.
Alright, Bears. Holy crap. So many picks. Holy crap, Pickhola. You're a pick hoarder, dude. Holy crap. Oh, really close. So 47. I can get another 6th round, I guess.
Well, if you're wondering what the delay is, I think we've got a trade coming here.
That's fine with me. That looks pretty good. So, I want to make sure he doesn't get stolen.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
Okay, that's pretty odd. You know, that's a little odd right there. He's a 68 overall guy. Thought he would be a little bit better, but he is still good. I think it's because of the awareness. Yeah, awareness is partially it. But you know what? He looks good still. I'm glad we got him.
The Bears are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock.
Alright. What I watched so far, we can take Tally, actually. There's Bautista, though. 6th round pick. See, Tally, 22. Bautista's 22. Callaway. Tally, I don't know. Maybe Tally might be good. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Early 6th rounder. We got another 5th. do need more O linemen, but I'm taking this guy right here.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
Yes. Good idea, Tyler. I did a great job. I did a great job. Yes. We got Troy Rufford, everybody. That's what I like about it. We got Troy Rufford. Really good player. Nice. We chose wisely.
The Panthers are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now
Oh
on
my
the
God, look, everybody's now
Lions
taking
are
receivers.
now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock.
Taking receivers, O linemen. I feel like I need to take an O lineman right here, dude, because everybody's going to be gone. Everybody will be gone. Six. Let's see here. Make sure that we're not going to miss out on anybody like I almost did with our guy there. Let's see. I think we'll be fine. We have Levine. I actually need to consider taking as well. And the quarterbacks, I needed to make sure I get them as well.
The Cowboys are now on the clock.
Damn it. Oh well.
The Bills are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Rams are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock.
Alright, they're kind of pissing me off now. Mayberry. I still like Fortin though.
The Panthers are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock.
Alright. Fortin looks like it's gonna be him. See here. Took 2 D linemen. Should take another.
The Texans are now on the clock.
Alright. Well, that sucks. Alright. Well, keep on going.
The 49ers are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock.
That was close.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
Oh, the game went brrr after drafting him. It's okay. He's just a temporary guy. You'll just be playing backup quarterback.
The Bills are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock.
Alright. Let's see here. We still got some players here. We got Hogue. Legray, whatever. Do. Well, let's see. That's dumb. That's not realistic. I'm gonna have to kick the player. Why not? Let's take another running back.
The Lions are now on the clock.
Why not? Excellent pick, says. Yeah, he's a good player. Carrying sucks. Not too shabby. So that's
Now that the pick's in, let's
oh,
go.
I didn't know there was a rest another story. Oh well. Anyways, draft recap. So we got Lewis Gillum. You know, not the best player, but you know it's good. Gilbert McKinnon. We trade out of the second round. We got Parnell. We got Chivarri. We're gonna move him to guard. He's gonna be a left guard. Nice. Good. We got a great player in him. We got Sewell, who will be moved to outside linebacker. We got Cujo, who's going to be playing the power back role. We got Rufford, that's going to be starting. I don't care. He's going to be the starter. Oh, yeah. Wait, did it say injury or whatever? Or toughness? Toughness is 79. Hold on. I saw stamina for a moment. No, that's stiff arm. Okay, stamina's 95 and injury's 95. Dang. So we got Tally, who's a nice balanced center. Not good strength, but it's alright. Buckner, we got him. Got some depth at the position now. He's from Buffalo. Forton, I mean. Forton looks okay. Needs work, but you'll do fine. And Hodge, who is okay. Alright, let's look for the rest of the teams. So Papinga in the first round, slow developer. He's a bust. Cavill, whatever. Bust. Second round, Trey Sims, another bust. Malcolm Betts, bust. Jack Waltz, you got a decent player in Walls. And then that's it there. Packers, they bust bad. They busted so bad. But they got Trent Dwyer though, I wanted. So good for them. Levine, let's see how he went. Superstar development. Figures. But you know what? It's okay because we got superstar in the 5th round. I'm happy about how we did. And dang, they got tight end Boye. To be honest, I think our tight end's actually a little bit better than Boye. You know, I think so. So I think we technically would have drafted the same player. Pitts, not good. They took Doss. Eh. Took Earl Sharp. Not looking good. Patriots. Bust. Andrew Fraggle. Meh. Bust. Henry Leak. Meh. Terrible pick at the 4th round. That's it for them. Raiders. Massey. Quick developer, but terrible strength. Akeem Timmons. Not good. He busted. Benoit? I thought Benoit would be better than that. Huh. That's odd. Okay. Pippins. Oh wow, surprising he's good. But he's a speed rusher. He might fill in Khalil Mack's spot. Who knows? Not as strong as Mack. Athletic as Mack though. Just a little bit more raw. There's Antoine Sparks. He was a good player. And then Hawthorne. So Rams, they got Aaron McCole. Yeah, he's okay. Worthy. Menard, AJ Fowler. He's okay. Evan Trammell. Rest in peace, my friend. Rest in peace. Oh, he's in a world of trouble now. Even the organization. Redskins did terrible. Heron. Gunter's not what I thought he was. So he is quick developer like I thought he was going to be. Pretty good quarterback. Just needs work at deep throw. Victor Connor. He's okay. Gant Hannon. He's alright. And Josh Bautista. Okay, I kind of screwed up. I'll admit it. I kind of screwed up with Josh Bautista. I should have got him. But it's okay. Seahawks, they got Brackett, who didn't pan out to be good. Kirkus, normal development, but still a great player. Coakley, not that good. And Lamar Harper, holy crap. So Lamar Harper proved me wrong. He's a superstar, dude. Dang. Steelers, bust. Rutland, bust. Emmanuel Kelly, decent steal. Or not steal, he actually got projected right. And everybody else sucks. Texans with Wofford, dude. Holy crap. Yep, he's going to be the starter for their team. Good for them, man. And they picked up Corals right here, who's a quick development. Nice. Bradshaw. Oh, he's great. Just he doesn't have catching though. That's the problem. We would have had a bad problem with his catching, but he's so quick. Chip Peck. Session. There's Keaton. McMullen. Let's see how he did. Quick development, slow play, like speed. But he's a good player though. There's Tiffin. He's good. Just needs work. Alston. Superstar. Dang, they killing the draft so far right now. They killed the draft. And then they took Kelly, who's a fullback. He's a good fullback. He's not a runner like they were saying he was. And Bears, Johnny Collins. Alright, now that kind of pisses me off. I wanted Collins. And they take Collins, so whatever. Out. They take Daly as well, and I was going to take him. Damn it. Oh well. Oscar Melton. Watts Huntley. And Legear. Wow. Bengals didn't do that well, except for Batch. Who's pretty good. There's Marby. He's okay. There's Gold. Oh, Gold was great. I screwed up on that. And he got done. Isaiah Blanton. Oh, they have Blesser. Wow, that's a blessing in disguise. Get it? Alright, Broncos got Pickens. He's okay. He's a 24-year-old, so they got what they got. Yeah. Browns. The Browns pulled the Browns draft. They pulled the Browns draft. Good for them. Buccaneers. Malcolm Springs. Oh wow, I thought he was going to be a bust, so they kind of proved me wrong there. Cole McManus. Yeah. Rashawn Irons. Wow, he's pretty good. Oh, McIntyre. Cardinals, Daryl Richmond. Wow. He looks great. Really great player. Veld here sucked. What's their boss? He's a boss. Ben Nisbet, Chrome. Let's see, Connor Fanilla. He's good. Don't know why they had to take him though. I mean, they have Drew Brees, they got Phillip Rivers, and now they got Connor Fanilla. Maybe learn under Brees and Rivers, possibly. Who knows? Warfield. Smoot. Oh wow, Gatson. Quick development too. Wow, would have liked to had him. Higgins. Looking great. Looking really great. Robisky. Oh wow. Didn't pan out to be the best as I thought that he would be. There's Jagger. Donnell. Suggs. Forston. Colts. Didn't do great. Dedrick, I knew he was going to suck. I knew they were gonna suck. There's Lavelle. And he's a superstar. How fortunate for us, huh? Lauren Zerloin. Fenderson. Swoop. Oh. Well, they kind of needed Swoop. They need another corner, so good for them. Wow. Singletary. Asher? Huh. Parker Hawk. Huh. Like that last name. Monty. Let's see how Monty did. And Monty was great. He was a great player. Oh well. What can you do now? Huh. They took Morrow. Huh. Parker Edmonds. Really slow. Eagles, they got Vance. And Vance is a great player. Eaker. What a terrible player, but such an awesome name. Alright, Pennington. He's actually good too. I thought he was going to bust. Oh, there's Cummings. Not too shabby. Calvin Keys, all those guys. There's Willie. Willie's actually pretty decent. Not bad player. Gooch. Applewhite. Trotter. I want to see Trotter and figures about the run blocking. I knew the run blocking was going to suck, but he's pretty good. And guess what? They have to take two of my favorite players, and they take gear. So, Lyman hungry much? That's kind of bull crap. And Bragg didn't turn out the way everybody wanted him to. Cheney. Knew they were going to take a corner sometime. Len and Light and Chase. Slow developer. That's shocking. Huh. Alfalfa. And back to us. I'll rate our draft from 1 out of 10. I would say an 8. We did okay. Not the greatest, but we did okay. So now, what we're doing... Hushman, Zada had not. All these guys. Alright, so Forte's out for us. He's out of the equation. Alright, so Trotter, Cujo, and not. Cujo, Trotter. I should try Trotter in the first. Yeah. There we go. Oh, wait. And Hodge. There we go. Rutherford is going to be number 2 guy. Strong is going to be in the slot. Anderson just fell down to 4. Ducker. Left tackle. We're going to have to find out who will be the backup left tackle. It might have to be Sheldon. Winters. All right. All right. Alright. So, it looks like we're gonna have to put Raglan on the trade block, maybe, or Darren Lee on the trade block, actually. I need Lee out off the team because, yeah. Holmes, don't know. He's not going to be number 24. I don't know how this all goes here. I think he'll be number 39. There we go. Do. Alright. Alright. So, Savell and Parnell, Donnins and Buckner. There we go. So with Donnins compared to Buckner, power moves. Ugh. Alright. I think that's about it with the offensive rookies. Now we're going to go to save on Jet Sim. And we're done with the draft. Returning from injury, Bentley and Williams. I didn't know Williams was injured. They didn't even show he was injured. Whatever. Alright, let's see some free agents. Eligible. Fullback, he can be a tight end. Ooh, he can be really much of a tight end. Undersized tight end, but still. He would be great. Tight end. Tight end competition. Ooh, Brinker. Alright, I think we're finding our backups here. Bucky. Wow, really strong. There's Doss, who surprisingly didn't... Odd. Kick power and accuracy. That's what I like in a kicker. I'm getting Patrick McFarland. Screw that. Wow. Mineski, dude. Really great. Russ Farwell. Overton. Jerwin Compton. That's the last thing we ever need. Gordon Jackson. I like that name. Tyler. Nice. Just because of his name, I'm getting him, and then I'm getting Brinker. Coyle. Not really interested in Coyle much. Whoa. Huh. Interesting. I really didn't need the draft, I guess. I know it shows that we're going to be having a lot of left tackles, but we won't. Man, that's a lot of left tackles. Brinker, Tyler. He's going to become a right tackle. He can become like a practice squad member. Since he's 69 overall, giggity. Same with Tally. He can become a practice squad member as well. And that fullback we signed will become a tight end. Oh, nice. 70 overall. Blocking tight end. You know, he's not too shabby. Not too shabby. Wide receivers are looking good. Fullbacks. Time to let go of Forte, I feel like. I'll do that in another video, though. Fortin. Safeties. Corners. Oh, Khalil Mack's gonna help a whole lot with this team here. Bentley, Trope, McKinnon. I will figure out what's on with McKinnon. What about Lee? Someone should. There's some teams that are interested in Lee, so I'm looking forward to who's gonna take Lee from me. Oh man, so tired.